Hey there, I got my COLEMETER. It's like a mini engraver, and this is what it looks like when it comes out of the box. So what you have to do is, of course, remove all the tape, like so, and then look for styrofoam. There's little pieces of styrofoam that are protecting it during shipping. This is the engraver base, or the, you could call it the bed. And we have another piece of tape over here. So it comes with a USB. On the USB is the software for running it, and also the drivers. You could do a double check and make sure that the website doesn't have an updated version. Check for styrofoam, because you see right here we have another piece of styrofoam. There's definitely stuff in there. So I'm just gonna do a quick lookie, make sure there's no more styrofoam anywhere. Okay, this is their test engrave, and it comes with a set of glasses to protect your eyes. Looking kind of gross, I'll just have to. And 2 cords. My first mistake was I didn't realize it came with its own USB, and so I bought one. But I didn't. I should have read, but I didn't. The only thing that you will need to supply is a charger. So it comes with the USB, but not. So let's, on the side we have a USB port. And a charger port. Here it goes. So it comes with a direction booklet. So USB to USB, I think it's the charger. I mean the, power. I'll know in a second. So right away it leveled itself out. And it is connecting to the program here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over so I could see what the laser is doing on this white piece of paper. Now it says the first thing to do with your glasses would be to check out and make sure that the laser is at its smallest point, meaning that it is not a wide dot, that it is a tiny pinpoint dot. That's what it needs to be. So I can see that this is calibrated properly. Now, the software, you can move it around. You're going to want it in the middle. And I'd say that's the middle. And you can pick a design from, it comes with a bunch of designs. Let's see what this one's called. COLEMETER. What's that? Just have that pop up. Photo, yes. I want to do that one more time. Let me clear, just so you could see what pops up. So you drag your thing over there, and then it asks you, I'm sorry, I forgot to put my thing over. It comes up and it asks you, choose an image. So do you want it a heavy outline or a dotted outline? I'm going to pick the heavy outline. And now it is in the thing. And you can see that the, let me turn the light out. That will help. You'll be able to see. Maybe. I don't know if you could see that. You see the blue spot on the styrofoam? That is the pinpoint. So you should wear your glasses because you always want to protect your eyes. You only get one set. So let's send image to machine. We're doing that right now. So now the machine has got the image. And there's, on the top of the program, there is a start, pause, and reboot. We're going to hit the start button and see what happens. Now, literally, it took me about a half an hour to set it up. It didn't take me that long with this one. I had gotten one, and I think that UPS played football with it, because I could tell something was wrong. It was definitely not working, and I contacted somebody who had already done a video with this machine, and they actually helped me out. Now, if you can see what it's doing, it's actually burning the design into this piece of cardboard. So, with this laser, you can use it in anything that is flammable. Anything that you can burn an image in if you had an engraver in your hand. So leather, so wood, so cardboard, paper. You can also use this to cut out an image in thin paper. So it's not going to cut an image into a glass, which I would love, because originally I didn't realize that this did not work on glass, and I got some glass things to show you how to do it on. And so yeah, I was kind of disappointed, but hey, another time. So if you could see on here, the top of the program is red. That is the part of the design that has already completed itself. So once this whole design is red, then the image is done. And it's hard to see, but there you go. You see it's burning it in there. I see you got a nice picture of it there. So it's a fairly small engraving area. I got to figure out if I can actually widen that engraving area to make this, you know, I mean, you got that whole bed. I would love if you could make a design that's not just an inch by an inch. So I have to check out to see if you can actually widen the design bed area that is workable. but I have to do some research to see what, what can be done. But it's, it's not like magic and doing it in seconds like a lot of times you see online. It's probably going to take around 10 minutes to do this little design. Not bad, but you don't want, if you got children, you don't want, I'm going to talk to you here. You don't want your kids like sitting next to this and watching. You want to make sure they're wearing these glasses so that their eyes are protected, because if you have children, they're going to want to watch. But make sure they're wearing the glasses, because hey, once you mess up your eyes, it's a problem forever. So make sure you and your children wear your glasses. You can get these glasses at like Home Depot and Lowe's, any hardware store. They're not that expensive. But yeah, so just make sure your kids and yourself are wearing some glasses so that you don't hurt your eyes. But yeah, it's probably going to take like 10 minutes to burn that in. I think the fact that it burns into leather is an awesome thing, because you can make a bracelet, you can make bracelets, you can make, what do you call this thing, keychains. You can, I'm using their design, but you could put your own design in there. And so let's say if you get an order for somebody and it's saying their name, so you can make their keychain or their bracelet with their name on it. It'll burn it into it. Of course, what I would do to begin with would be to figure out, if you get the feel of the bed and where the design's going to be, I would use a piece of paper first to mimic what your project's going to be. And I would go like that so I wouldn't ruin any leather. Another thing, I had read that in between a project, like when this is done, you need to let it rest and cool down. You also need to allow it to have a nice ventilated area so that it does not get hot. Because if the laser gets hot, it can cut the life of it down. So yeah, well ventilated. And rest. Don't be like zooming off projects, and it'll overheat and it will ruin the laser and the machine. So do a project, let it rest a half an hour and cool down an hour, half an hour, and then go on to the next. But don't be like an assembly line, because then the laser will be overheated, the machine will be overheated, and you're not going to get a good lifespan out of your machine. But in my very first one, it didn't work, so I was very disappointed. But I watched videos and I knew that the machine worked because of that. So the company was very nice. They sent me another one, and this one, it's obvious. I mean, it's out of the box, and because I had already downloaded all the software and everything, within about 4 minutes of just plugging everything in, right here, you saw me plug it in, that is it. And that's because I had already downloaded the software and put the drivers in. But it's really easy. If you buy this and you're having trouble, or you can't figure out how to do the drivers, or you're having trouble with it working, just message me and we can Zoom together, and I'll help you out. So it is really easy. And again, my first one, the box looked great, but I could tell the minute I turned it on, and it wouldn't turn off. I didn't even turn it on. I plugged it all in, and it started going like, it was so loud. Anyway, I knew something was wrong. And occasionally, stuff gets thrown around on the UPS truck, and electronics are electronics. It could be that the laser got broken or something. I don't know. I don't know how to tell, because I don't know how to work on the machine. But anyway, this machine, simple to put, to hook up. My software that I got the first time was an old version. I went online just to check, and the software that was on the USB, it didn't work. And so I didn't give up. I went to the website and downloaded everything. And that's what it was. It just needed the upgraded version. And I'm running Windows 10, which could also be why. We're about 1/4, almost a third way through the design. So it's lasering away over there. So I can't wait to try different things. And there are so many things that you can do. Like if you were having a wedding or a party, you could make party favors. You could make keychains for your guest, for whatever your party was, for your wedding. You could make just any kind of thing. I mean, you know, my brain is stifled right now. But let's say like the keychains out of leather. I mean, I think that's an awesome idea. Or just a leather bracelet with the snap on it. You know, I'm not sure if you can buy the bracelets with snaps already on, but years ago I used to actually make tooling with leather, and it's pretty easy to attach the snaps. All you need is the hammer and the snap stuff, and it's really simple. But with your imagination, and if your imagination's in the crapper, all you have to do is go online, look up what your media is going to be. Let's say you're going to work with leather. Look up engraved leather or leather burning, wood burning, that kind of thing. And just go to images and start looking down. It will help feed your imagination. So yeah, there's an endless supply of ideas online if you can't figure something out. But anyway, let's see. We're almost halfway through. And we'll go back over here. I don't feel, it's really cold in my house. It's about 63 degrees, 62 in here. It also comes with this little teeny tiny piece of wood. So you may want to practice on that too. And getting to know the software. The software has a whole bunch of different commands, and you know, just play with it. Figure it out. Put your own design in and see how it comes out on a piece of paper so that you know, like let's say you're going to do a design on wood, you need to figure out where your design is going to start. You know, what's it going to be? You want it on your wood or your leather, so you just have to figure out exactly the area that this laser is going to cut on and or burn into. And from what I could understand, if you put your project there and then put the laser pointer in the very middle of your project, it would seem that it is going to search out your media that you're working on. So it looks really nice. It's a very exact replica. It has a nice crisp lines. So, you know, like it's not burning it and doing a sloppy job. It is an actual perfect replica of the design. And it's just very fine pointed. If you understand what I mean. In other words, there's no blurring of the lines. It is an exact fine tipped laser. Looks great. And another thing, it's not taking any resources from my computer. Like nothing, like if my computer was running like dragging, I would get an error message that a program was lagging my computer down. So I'm not getting any messages that this program is, you know, bogging down my computer or anything. I wanted to tell you that I have it at this angle so that this laser is not going to be bouncing off and hurting your eyes through the video. I actually watched a video that the laser was so blue and so bright it actually made my eyes hurt. So I wanted to make sure when I did my video that I was making sure that it wasn't bouncing off and being so bright that, you know, it's going to hurt somebody. I don't know if it can hurt somebody through the thing, but, you know, my eyes are very sensitive to light, so I was like, yikes! Isn't that beautiful? Let me see if I can... try to... There we go. Oh, it almost focused. There we go. So see how like pinpointed that is? That is really fine lines. And this is just a piece of, it's the back side of the cardboard that they use as a practice piece. That's why I was really surprised that my machine didn't work, because I saw that they did a practice piece. So I thought everything was good to go. So I was so revved up. I had a live broadcast all set up. I was so excited, and when it didn't work, I cut off my live feed, because I figured I didn't want to ruin the name of this if, you know, it was like a UPS football error. You know what I mean? I have a nephew that works for UPS, or is it FedEx? I don't remember. But they're not gentle. They don't just pick up the box with their hands and then let me go lay this down over here. No, they like throw it up there, throw it over here, you know. There's no gentle about it. So that's how I know stuff happens. I got a box the other day that was so flat. I thought everything inside was going to be like junk, but it actually survived. You can see a little bit of the smoke coming up off of that. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, think about it. Who the heck thinks of this stuff? I mean, a person thought, hey, let me take a laser pointer and powerful, you know, make it powerful enough to burn a hole into wood and paper and leather and any other thing that you want to burn into. And let me give it a computerized brain so it can do the command picture that of your liking or your name or whatever you want. I mean, I always think about how amazing it is that somebody thought about making this. Like, our minds are so amazing. They really are. That's so cool. So I will do a live feed. I'm actually getting ready to leave for physical therapy. And when I get back tonight, I will... Well, if I don't get to the live broadcast tonight, tomorrow... What's today? Wednesday? Thursday, I'll get to it. I'll do a live broadcast and figure out some other things that we can burn a design into. I ordered some coasters because I thought these leather coasters would be awesome to burn a design in each one. It's just a flat leather coaster. I thought, oh, that would be awesome. So we are a little bit over a halfway through our design. I'll be back. Watch the laser. No one go get my stuff going. Yep, so it's almost done. We're right at the end. We're at the wording in the corner of the design.
What are you engraving on?
Just a piece of paper. You know, it's for, I'm just doing a video to show everybody how easy it works.
I love the plastic that it's made out of. Wherever it is.
Yeah, and you know, if you didn't want the word burned in, you could have edited that word out. Like if you didn't want it the N-E-J-E. Can you give me a jacket out of your closet? Nothing too heavy, please. Phone call coming, but I'm not going to answer it, but that's As you can see right here, the design is done. The computer went right back to the middle of the design. So when you're getting ready to do a project, that's what you need to do. You put it right in the middle of where you want the design to be printed. So if you wanted the design printed up here in this top corner, then in the area that you wanted it, that's where you would put the middle. So, really simple, and it comes with about 30 different designs that you can use, or you can make your own and just drag it on over into the program, just like this. So, I'll definitely do more videos showing you different things that you can do. What are you doing? Oh, is it big?
Yes.
I forgot. Remember, I zoomed in, so that's why you got the... Anyway, so very simple to use, and you know, there was no smell, like you really couldn't smell anything burning. My dog's down here looking so adorable as usual. What's the matter, mister? You worried because I put a coat on? We gotta go to the doctors, to physical therapy. Okay, so hate to cut it short. You know how I can talk. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe down below.